I can see those headsets going on, which means I can go to the fact that I want to talk about more now after the 2 games so far. Picks and ban time. What do we want to see different? Because I feel that game, Bacchus made an impact on the Zeus, and the Zeus did not work out.
I think the problem was the Athena Zeus. Obviously, that combo is incredibly strong, but it's what they were picked into. If you have a Guan Yu there, obviously it was banned out, or a Khepri, it's much easier to keep the Zeus alive in those situations.
Well, one thing to note so far, both these games have been 1-1, but both the teams that have been first pick have won those games.
And now, enemy,
so
back on first pick
and
here.
they went Artemis last game as well as first pick, which is quite interesting.
I don't know if the Artemis is worth the first pick. It's something that enemy can grow a comp around. I mean, PandaCat's played it really well, but I don't think anyone's going to pick it away from you, right? You could kind of save it.
And here we go once again. It's all about this one battle. Bacchus. This is the first focus ban enemy have done so far in this set between the two. So last game, well, you saw it. They focused out the Giannis, and they also focused out the Guan Yu.
And they also banned away, there was one other god they had banned away. It was the Bastet in the second phase, so just completely countering the comp. I wonder if we'll see enemy do the same thing. Soar, though, they feel confident in what they did there last time.
And that's kind of what happens in these games, is that you'll ban away the stuff that you had issues with and see what the enemy can respond with, especially if you win the game. Will Bacchus go alongside another god that Soar actually picked up here as well? Soar going to ban the Thor as well, so Homiefe not going to get it, and neither is Varizial. Soar now with the chance to answer back. Last time round, it was the Guan Yu, but they were first pick that time.
And now here, Soar going to be looking to counter once again. And I think they're just going to ban the Guan Yu again. I mean, it's such a critical god that enemy play their team comps around.
Yeah, it will be Guan Yu. And now it's up to enemy once more. Enemy with the opportunity here now to first pick whatever they want. And last time round, they did pick up the Artemis. But this time, I expect a bit of a different story here. Yes, Nemesis will be their choice for Varizial, which kind of gives me a signal that Sobek and maybe Raijin too may be added to this unless Soar have a response.
Raijin's been banned away this entire set so far here, and Soar, they always go to it. It's something they're incredibly comfortable with, and it is going to be the Raijin picked up and the Sobek as well. This means I'm expecting a possible wheelish.
Just so you know,
they could go back to game 1
These games are live, by the way, and I did actually just say that, so making sure Soar, so enemy don't have that 3-man combo in the mid lane. They're going to get it themselves, actually, Soar, at least 2 of that 3, and Athena locked in for enemy as well. So once again, PainDeViande looking towards go back, well, not locked in, I should say, hovered over by PainDeViande, looking to go back into it once more.
I think this is going to be a pick comp from enemy. They have the Athena for the global rotations. Nemesis is going to pick up. What he's going to do is he's going to find Sobek, he's going to ult him, and then Athena's going to come in with the help of Scylla, guarantee that I'm a monster combo, and it's just going to be, let's focus on 1v1 engagements or 3v1. Let's pick on Jigz when he rotates in.
Well, it's not just the fact that Scylla's I'm a Monster will do increased damage because of shredding protections here, but what it will also do is it will also allow Nemesis to actually get some good damage off with Scylla and the crush alone.
Kuang picked up for Soar. Homiefe. I mean, this has been one of his go-tos during the spring split. We saw how devastating it could be when played by Panthera and adapting earlier. This is a god he's incredibly comfortable with, as well as it's going to be okay against Nemesis, I think. If you can burst her into that area and then knock her up.
Off to the counterban phase we go right now, and it's up to both teams to decide what else they don't want to have to deal with. Soar at the moment, well, they need a hunter, and they also need a solo laner, but they're across the way. It's enemy that... What? I don't think that Giannis ban is correct. I'm not sure.
Hey, man, we had the double Raijin, the double Giannis.
The double Giannis as well. Okay, that's fine.
We'll get it fixed,
that's
guys.
fine.
Sorry about that.
I didn't even realize Giannis had been banned first. I forgot about that. I was like, wait, but why would they ban Giannis when they got the Scylla? So obviously, they're looking elsewhere. But they need to look at enemy's solo lane, and they need to also look at enemy's hunter position. Both hunters still need to pick.
And we did see hunter bans there on the last time. However, this time enemy, they didn't pick up their Artemis in the first phase. They're not going to be able to because it was Artemis that was banned away. I really like that choice. And once again, the counters continue. Enemy this time do exactly what Soar did in game 2, where they just banned away what the other team won with.
3 gods from enemy. Sorry, 3 gods that Soar won with have all been banned. Kabrakan from Soar this time round up against enemy. Not a surprise. We've seen it over and over again. That's just so respectful of Maruader's solo lane.
I mean, they haven't really played against it in quite some time. He didn't pick it up until the end of the split, and we've seen some teams here. This must be them just having scrimmed this team or knowing something about them behind the scenes and a little bit worried about it.
Oh, yeah, locked in for Metyankey, and there'll be a lot of fans at home, especially in the North American scene, who've seen him in the rank scene with that, and a lot of people expect him and have quoted him being one of the best in the world at Hou-Yi.
Okay, still, I thought the op washer was going to get picked up by first, but Scylla's already been locked in, so we're not going to be seeing that. Medusa is locked in, and it will be Vamana in the solo lane.
So we're looking here for the Medusa and the Athena combo. The Taunt into the Petrify is available for them. And not only that, they've also got Scylla to follow up with this. That composition from enemy is very, very dangerous.
It's a lot of damage, and there's kind of a lot, like you said, there's just a lot of combos. It doesn't have to just be the Athena into the Medusa, right? There's also the Athena into the Scylla. There's the Athena into the Nemesis. Everything, or even the Nemesis into the, like, Medusa. There's so many smaller 2v2 and 3v3 engagements that enemy should win.
And the funny thing is that what will happen is Athena will look for taunt, Nemesis gets off some damage onto that target, slows them down. And if Medusa can just hit that acid spit over and over again, it's going to spread to the team. But the baddest news in the world for enemy right now is that, well, we saw it earlier in the tournament, but Baskin just got Ravana.
And there is not a single solo laner that can really match up to him equally, not only player-wise, but also god-wise as well. Ravana completely dominates the lane. The other god that kind of does that is Osiris here. And it is going to be a game that I think Soar are going to be playing through Baskin once again. And the whole reason is that Kuang doesn't really put out a lot of pressure early. But the Ravana is going to guarantee that soul lane pressure, so Kuang has time to farm.
I cannot actually call this on paper. Both teams have a lot of scary, scary gods available to them. Scylla and Nemesis in the late game I'm looking to there, but across the way you've got the Kuang and the Raijin as well. These 10 men, I should say, on your screen right now. They're all in this to win this, and honestly, still 5 games overall. We're at 1-1. We're guaranteed to go at least 2 more.
And now into game we go. Soar take it on enemy once again, and we're going to be starting off following PainDeViande. General Pain.
Both these supports are out of the base very early here. Neither has picked up a relic just yet either. I think they want to just actually get out here as fast as they can ahead of their team and get it down, and maybe just switch things up based off what relic you'd like.
And you see that a lot from Eager, specifically Aurora. So they actually really like to run the curse, but they won't if they see the other team has picked up sprint. And Jigz is going to get the information that PainDeViande hasn't bought anything just yet, so he's going to be a little bit wary. He's the other support that does like to run curse. He likes to look for those early fights.
Well, actually, the one thing I'm seeing here as well is both of the junglers have not taken power potion. The power potions on the junglers have started to fall off so far this tournament, I want to say. And I guess, you know, Nemesis early game, it's weak anyway. You're not going to get too much of a buff out of the power potion. So you're going to give up the possible chance of lane control.
It's just kind of the risk of power potion, right? It's 450 gold that you're going to be investing into. And you always run the risk of, if you die, not only did you die and give the opponent 500 gold for first blood, but you've also delayed your build.
Now we've got a Raijin here for Hurriwind as well, and Hurriwind during the regular season, I believe, has really, really high in terms of how many first bloods he actually gets. I believe he's actually double the amount, or just under double the amount of any other regular average player in the SPL, with 7 first bloods so far.
Yes, the highest first blood count in the SPL is adapting at 9, then it's Hurriwind at 7, there's 1 person at 6, everyone else is 5, 4, or below. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, Hurriwind is a very aggressive player, and he likes to fight in these 3v3s.
And you talk about aggression, well, Thunder Crash is one ability that really allows you to go all in if a situation arises. And at the moment, he's got the Percussive Storm there to clear the wave out, and at level 2 already, well, he's looking for pressure in mid, and speed buff hasn't been taken here by enemy on the right-hand side of the map. As I see this, they actually went for the Harpies into blue.
This is an invade too.
But could they invade it?
For sure. I mean, Soar recognized that Varizial walked in a lane without it. You saw Hurriwind start to rotate, but instead, he is going to stay in the lane. It's a little bit risky trying to invade at only level 2. You're not going to be able to clear the speed buff fast enough, so they're just going to split this wave, and now it's coming.
Well,
level
this
3.
is really weird because Khaos is now forced to stay there to soak the experience, and at the same time, the speed buff is being invaded on by 3 members of Soar, and Varizial has to watch this. Maruader can't get involved, Khaos can't get involved, and that choice to not do the speed buff has already been punished.
It's the clash of separate styles. Aggression coming out from Soar. They like to fight. They like to have pressure in multiple lanes, and they just want to beat you in the first 10 minutes. Very similar to Eager. Enemy, though, taking more of, I would say, a Panthera style, where they draft these team comps, and even if they get out pressured early, they'll just play very passive, position properly, and translate that into middle game. And right now, it's on to Soar. Once again, I think the first 10 minutes are going to decide this game.
You mentioned passivity, but these two are boxing over in the solo lane, as I expected to see. Marauder's come a long way since the first time he faced off against Baskin during the relegation fight, and actually trying to get into the Pro League for both of them this year, and both of them find themselves in a chance to go to the finals of DreamHack.
It's such an incredible story where Maruader has come from. I mean, he was just a solo laner that played a little bit of Challenger Cup, never a big name, nothing in the scene. He plays the relegations with the team, and he gets all the way up against Soar.
Curse just got popped there. I just saw it on the right-hand side as we did tune in, and the pluck from Jigz was good. PainDeViande falls down for first blood, and Soar off to a great start, and it goes over to Metyankey.
Not exactly sure what happened there, but once again, Soar starting off exactly how they want to. They got the first blood, they invaded the speed buff, and now 1,000 ahead and aggression in the mid.
Aggression in the mid, and it's Varizial out of position in the end, because Hurriwind had to leave. He's not dead because of the shield coming out with the heals.
If Hurriwind was 5 there, he was dead. The taunt would have come through right-hand side, though. Maruader
looking for the kill on Baskin, but Baskin not going to have his ultimate open long enough. Maruader to go all the way under the tower and find Baskin. I'm a monster in mid, popped by Khaos though, connecting with Hurriwind, but not finding the kill there either. We've got fights in every single lane. Not a shock.
Nemesis going to be able to secure those fire elementals as well, but Baskin almost getting soloed against the guy he put into the ground
the funny thing
3 months ago.
The funny thing is that we just played this matchup in match 1, right? Those two in the solo lane, and it went Baskin's favor on the Vamana, and now Marauder's like, well, you taught me everything that I need to do right on Vamana to kill a Raven, and he's trying to do the same thing back to him.
He's doing a pretty good job here. Right-hand side, Jigz gonna find Varizial, plucked out Homie, doing some damage, and he's gonna be stunned out as well, but the rotation coming in for PainDeViande, not gonna help.
And now he's rooted in place and has to dash away too, but the biggest tail there was Jigz' Sobek. The tail whip stopped Varizial from dashing away, cancelling enough time and allowing Hurriwind to channel the ultimate all the way through and pick up the kill for a second kill for Soar. And once again, Soar have a lead, but for how long? Can enemy continue to control objectives like they did so well in game 1?
I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to. It's going to be enemy, I think, on the back foot this entire set, and it's going to be on to Soar to find their leads and keep aggressing here and doing such a good job. Raijin just allows you so much burst, guaranteed burst damage, which is very helpful for Homiefe on this Kuang, because it's all about getting players into that 30% execute range, that threshold. And the second Homie goes in, he's going to hit his Wild Storm. You're going to see Hurriwind pop the Raiju, Thunder Crash on top, and that's so much. Who's going to stay alive?
Varizial on the right-hand side here has swung around the back of Baskin, and I don't think Baskin recognizes this just yet.
No idea.
He's actually aggressive on Maruader, who's doing a good job of baiting, and Baskin now has 4 members around him, but Varizial misses the slow. He needed to connect that one, and by missing it, he's just missed a big window of opportunity where they could have brought down the dangerous solo laner.
So unfortunate for him. I mean, just right around the edge of that ruck, couldn't find him across the pixel. And barely, I mean, Baskin got lucky there.
He did.
Baskin got lucky.
Well, it's a small misplay from Varizial and wasn't punished, but jungle buffs have been cleared for the junglers, at least in speeds. Blue buffs both available for the solo lanes here as Varizial ends up on the right-hand side, taking the fire imps once more. PainDeViande going to the left just to farm up the back Harpies and going to meet up with PandaCat there to make sure they split that experience wisely.
And now Varizial going to help Maruader. He has been pushed back a little bit despite almost finding that first blood. He's about 300 gold behind Baskin, who's just been controlling the lane. And honestly, enemy have often shared this solo, and they've kind of just they willingly put Maruader behind in matchups so their other lanes can catch up.
Metyankey went a bit too aggressive here, and now Pain has ulted in, and Metyankey's getting taunted into a dangerous spot, but those suns have just rained down enough to prevent PandaCat from going in, but Pain wants this kill bad, and Pain is now getting beat down by minions, and look at that, Sobek has arrived, never smile at a crocodile, he goes pull into Metyankey, who secures the kill, 3-0, favor of Soar.
Homiefe is going to be able to find PandaCat. He's in the threshold, knocked up, and Homie picks up another one, the 4th for Soar. And now Gold Fury could be looked at, but it's not going to happen just yet. Enemy is around the corner.
Very unusual to see PainDeViande do that, though. Diving all the way in for that kill. It just wasn't worthwhile.
That is not a PainDeViande move. Normally, he's the person who just wants to hold out to late game. He likes resetting fights, playing passive, and then grouping. No, don't chase kills. That's honestly probably one of his creeds.
That would have been fine if he had his ultimate available, but he just didn't have it available, and instead goes down for it. Maruader meeting Baskin in the jungle once more as Soar group up on the right-hand side, looking for the right-hand Harpies, looking to continue the start to game 3 the way they started off game 2.
And it doesn't, once again, Varizial's gonna bait Jigz. He does pop his ultimate, but here comes the drums of war. I'm a monster off the mark. The rotation from the solo laners, no one can find anything. PainDeViande isolated on the right-hand side. Homie finds the kill. Maruader up in Big Baby, though, looking to chase him down.
And they will find one onto him, as meanwhile, Hurriwind is poking out on the same side. Khaos away from the fight, but Baskin has now found Varizial as well.
Nowhere to go.
And Varizial needs help. He's asked for support, and he gets it in the end from Maruader and Khaos. And the first kill of the game for enemy has finally happened. They get two, actually, as Khaos also gets one more.
And Khaos gonna pick up the fire elemental as well. Really well played. Varizial as good as dead. But then we saw the Sikkim comes out, connects onto Baskin, roots him in place. The turnaround from the rest of the team, that was a very important team fight for enemy. If they had lost that one as well, you could see the speed buff was about to spawn. The Gold Fury's up on the left-hand side. There were so many things for Soar to pick up.
Let's just go to the graphs here and see how this has started. 7 minutes in, experience is even. Gold is marginally in favor of Soar, but it's not enough, as the Gold Fury, though, has been started by Jigz and Metyankey here on the left, but I don't think they have the tankiness to be able to weather it.
Oh, look at that. I don't think Met knew that enemy didn't know. I love the bait, though. So what happens is you actually see Hurriwind sitting in the middle lane, and his presence there is telling enemy that, they're not doing the Gold Fury. There's no way. They were also contesting the left-hand side Harpies, but I think Soar were a little bit scared about doing that and pulling the trigger.
We're following PainDeViande here, who so far this game struggling a little bit. 0, 3, and 1. One of those kills was because he went very deep in, as we saw, but he's just not off the mark right now with this Athena, it seems.
I mean, this is not, the PainDeViande we normally see, right? We did see this PainDeViande against KLG earlier on in the tournament. Oh, he's isolated.
Jigz.
If he didn't get that dash off, Jigz was gonna find the pluck, and there's no way PainDeViande makes it out.
There's still 3 members of Soar around this Gold Fury, and it is in their control at the moment. Wards are all down. Those sentry wards just keeping control of that area, making sure that enemy do not have any vision of it. As Pain, though, up against the wall here, just trying to soak experience through the wall. It's one of the tactics you can do to make sure you get the experience and not show presence in the lane.
Honestly, PainDeViande individually not too far behind, though. He's equal level to Jigz, probably about half of it, but he's gonna get plucked again.
And in he goes into the danger zone. The drums of war are sounded by Hurriwind, but Varizial is the one to get credit for a kill onto Jigz. After the pluck, there was no escape for him, and he ends up paying the price.
This is a big, honestly, this Nemesis is such a good pickup against Sobek here. Gold Fury is going to be started. PainDeViande going to be ulting on top. The ward is in favor of Soar, but it is countered.
It's all around the side. Metyankey has the burst with that, but he's not going to get it. His enemies, Gold Fury, and they will get away. At least most of them. PainDeViande being chased down once more, but if they lose Pain for a Gold Fury, they'll make it as worth. Pain running for his life. The drums hitting him in the back of the head. The execute. The dragon is unleashed from Homiefe. He's going to look around and realize there's just nothing else he can do. So maybe they'll look for the tier 1 in mid as an exchange.
You can see it's going to be defended by Varizial, though. Homiefe electing to get those back Harpies instead, and it seems Varizial will be able to hold off the aggression from Soar. But honestly, I'm looking at this Nemesis pick, right? Varizial picking this up is a complete counter to the Sobek, because we actually see him position himself in front of Jigz multiple times just so he could pop the purification, ultimate response, and then the damage from Khaos with his protection stolen is a guaranteed kill.
Well, the problem with that, what I just saw there from Soar, is they had an opportunity to go for tier 1, couldn't find it. Swung to the right-hand side here and looked at Maruader for a second on that Vamana, but with no ultimate from Homiefe, it's very difficult to try and find that kill, I want to say, up against the Big Baby, even though his ultimate was also down.
Yeah, I mean, no mana for Kuang execute. Probably doesn't want to force anything too much, but we're 10 minutes in. Once again, the bloodbath meta of DreamHack continues.
It's the bloodbath meta. It's pretty much
just
what
fighting,
it's been.
Man.
This is a little bit lower than the last 2 games, I want to say, in terms of kills so far, but there's still been plenty of action in this one as the red buff is spawned here for enemy, and it looks like we've seen Metyankey looking about swinging around there and see what's going on instead. I believe he's just looking to see whether or not PandaCat was doing his balls, which he's now doing.
And just a rotation back from Maruader. Gonna farm up here. Pace finally slowed down a little bit. Gold Fury's down. Nothing to invade right now for Soar. They have been the aggressors. Most of them smash. I expect them to continue so far. I mean, Marauder's behind. Oh, actually, no, he's actually caught back up recently.
Talk for PainDeViande, going to pull Homiefe in, but immediately purified away and illusioned away as Varizial did pop his ultimate there onto the Kuang, looking for the kill.
A little bit surprising that I would waste his ult there. Maruader getting poked out on the right-hand side. He should be fine, but aggression from enemy. In the middle, you can see 3 members grouped up trying to find Jigz.
Quite surprising how much of a beatdown Baskin is putting onto Maruader here on this Vamana. Obviously, Maruader used all his abilities there to clear the wave. I don't think he needed them all at this stage of the game, but by doing that, he just gave a window for Baskin to beat him in the back of the head with his abilities and get control of the lane some more.
And now Maruader wants the back because he has teleport, but I think Baskin had stopped them, and this is going to allow Soar to rotate in, steal away the blue buff, and Maruader finally going to come back, but he's going to recognize that Baskin's already stolen away his jungle buff.
I love Maruader's play, and I love the player as well, but what he needs to do is just start correcting one or two of these issues. Talking about an issue, Jigz trapped in place. The crush was good, but it's not enough to pick up a kill onto the Sobek. Not enough damage just yet for Hurriwind, so for Khaos and Varizial.
That was enemy's lack of vision right there. They 100% could have killed Jigz, or at least looked to chase him, but the vision was in favor of Soar. You could see very deep into the jungle on the right-hand side. Additionally, Soar was just over there, so they weren't exactly aware of where Homiefe was positioned. They couldn't aggress because it could have been disastrous.
Well, back to the solo lane we are. We're tuning with Maruader here. Got breastplate of Valor online, working on some magical defense now as well. Went for meditation as his second active. Meanwhile, Baskin did go for that curse as well for some extra anti-heal up against this enemy lineup.
And look, I mean, despite Soar being the team looking to fight most of the time, it's actually enemy who's been pushed up in the middle.
It's been slowed down a bit this game all of a sudden. We've been saying it's still bloodbath in terms of kills, but it's definitely a slower pace from both teams. I think both of them want to wait a little bit longer. And honestly, from the side of enemy right now, with that Vamana, the Nemesis, and the Scylla, I'm playing to my strengths.
I think that's Soar, right? They've been dictating the pace. They've been the ones making it the bloodbath because they like to invade, they like to fight you. However, I think they really quickly recognized what enemy's game plan is, and that's to bait Jigz into bad spots. The second he uses his charge prey, Varizial's gonna ult him, and he really can't survive in most of those situations. Once that happened, we haven't seen Jigz get aggressive since.
Well, the longer the game goes, the more dangerous Kuang becomes. The potential for 2 shots that are available for him. Same for Raijin, I want to say, across the way there on his mid lane. But Kuang, once the Polynomicon comes online, which is being worked on now, he's going to start going all in.
But I mean, that's the same on the left-hand side as well. I mean, aggression onto the right, but Homiefe not going to be able to connect to what he wants. Varizial and Khaos, the later the game goes, the better they get. I mean, Nemesis just becomes a monster, steals so much protection, it's very hard to kill, going to be able to chase you down. And just think about it, right? Just late game, you're going to be stealing away a massive chunk of percentage life with Divine Judgment.
This game is calm to sort of a North American pace as we've seen before. And by that, I want to say it's going to be around Gold Fury control and objective of that Gold Fury.
Always.
All he's going to be is this Gold Fury. Jigz going to go in against Pain again. We saw this last time. Jigz exploded already. Hurriwind trying to return some damage with the Suns raining down as well for Metyankey. But they're just off the mark. And enemy, once again, find Jigz in the same spot at the same rotation for the same set of mid-harpies.
Soar might have put themselves into a bad spot. I mean, they've picked up, I don't get why they picked up 2 curses. Once again, I mean, they're up against a Nemesis. How have they not picked up a sprint? We see no winged blades, and Jigz is the guy who made the winged blade meta.
Gold Fury is underway by enemy here. 2 members, 3 members from Soar have now arrived, but Hurriwind does not have the ultimate, neither does Metyankey to try and contest. They've got to try and fight this one and contest big as Kuang goes in. PandaCat under pressure. PandaCat was very far forward, petrified. Did hit onto Homiefe. I'm a monster pop by Khaos. He's looking for a target, but they're also tanky. Off the mark with that, and Metyankey avoids it well. Varizial takes some poke damage. Root crush onto Hurriwind. Did connect with the Sanctuary. The ricochet! The ricochet off the triple bounce and connects with the auto.
And look at this, Hurriwind trying to find PainDeViande as well. Met over the wall, looking for the next kill, and it is gonna connect. Double kill coming up from Metyankey. The rotation from Maruader. Hurriwind in trouble. There's the curse. There comes the execute, and it's gonna be Homiefe, and Soar, after slowing down the pace of the game, has picked it back up. Metyankey with the triple bounce, the last auto. The rest of Soar pile in, and they're gonna get a Gold Fury off of this as well.
Said it during picks and bans, but a lot of North Americans have already stated over and over again, Hoagie on Metyankey is potentially the best player of it in the world in North America. And that triple bounce there has just turned this game on its head for a moment. So now control it again. The Gold Fury, the biggest objective right now on the map that they could look to take, goes the way of Soar, all because of that triple shot.
And now Soar in a really good position. They're only 2K up though. I mean, this is 15 minutes. It's not detrimental for enemy. They should be okay. And we've seen kind of how their composition works. They're gonna be looking to pick off Jigz once again. Jigz, Soar, they need to get a sprint online or they need to get winged blades online, because if they can't fight this Nemesis, it is going to get worrying for them. They can't keep relying on Metyankey hitting triple bounces.
But is the sprint really going to help him out if he gets bursted like he did? He got taunted and he can't get away from that taunt. While that's happening, he gets hit by the ultimate from Varizial, and then the damage from the crush and the root is good from Khaos. Even if he gets the sprint for his team, it's still not going to be enough, I feel, to try and survive. I feel he just needs to, like, that rotation is what's killing him.
Just more wards.
My what?
I mean, we'll take a look at what the wording is right now. It's actually
Well, actually, we can't complain about that. He's still putting the most down as well.
I mean, he's doubling anything enemy's
Blame
putting
Baskin.
on right now.
Blame Baskin. Why is he not warding around the Gold Fury
I mean, he's still warding more than Maruader.
What a scumbag. Baskin the scumbag all the time.
Baskin, you could say.
Every time. 9-4, though, is the scoreline now. It's still a close game once more between these two. Maruader against Baskin is the fight we're going to be seeing for the rest of the day in these games. And obviously, the winner of this matchup will go on to face Panthera tomorrow in the final at DreamHack. As Varizial, though, out of position a little bit here, but support from PainDeViande and Metyankey is having a very, very good day.
Met still wants to fight. He's already used his escape. Oh, PainDeViande is interrupted by Hurriwind, but he's flowed, and Khaos is going to manage to stay alive. Great Sanctuary use, and PandaCat rotates in, picks up Hurry.
And what happened there was you saw the ultimate used by Hurriwind looking to channel the drums and smash through the team. But when he does that, he is very, very slow. And Khaos, in response, uses his ultimate to just confirm the damage and confirm the kill for his team.
I mean, there's no way that Khaos can't. It's on the Khaos to miss. It's not on Hurriwind to juke. He's so slow. Khaos has to absolutely mess up mechanically.
Well, different game on the left-hand side here. PandaCat going in onto Metyankey with support for PainDeViande, but Homiefe is here, and his 2 damage dealers against 1 on the support. Metyankey diving in, leaping. The execute did not go off, but Pain will fall down. Jigz now arrives as well, as PandaCat is out of mana, and PandaCat is about to be out of life.
Homiefe is so good. PainDeViande caught in the middle of the dash by the knockup from Homiefe. He wasn't even looking for the execute. He just wanted to guarantee that the rest of his team could close the gap and follow up.
Round the back comes Jigz, Homie going in, looking for Khaos. Confirms with the illusion. Absolute beautiful play out of the jungler. Soar are doing very well yet again this game. They've answered back enemy who took the first game in game 2, and now game 3. Well, it's starting to go the way there once more.
3K gold in their favor, about 6,000 experience, but a 7-1-2 out Kuang in this game. Homiefe, first LAN he's been to. There was talks about his nerves. I think he's shaking them off by now. This is the all-star jungler that North America has been looking for ever since Athena started dropping off.
Baskin just saw the double dash from Varizial. He could look actually go all in, but instead went and stole the speed buff.
He doesn't know where they're at. He doesn't want to get too crazy.
He's the speed, but now Varizial's actually trying to do this too. And Baskin's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're not having that. I just took the speed. And once again, under the tower though, and the shield gets popped, and Homiefe comes in. Varizial's in the whole world of hurt. He goes down. That was all Baskin pretty much. Homiefe just rotates in. He's like, thanks very much, teammate. I'll take that kill.
Here's the rest of the team from enemy though. Basket trying to stay alive. Does have Mystical Rush, so he can escape out of this one, but he's gonna hold it. Jigz rotation is good, and now PainDeViande and the rest of enemy, I mean, they're on their back foot. They could go down to match point here if Soar can eke out this win and go up 2-1. And it looks like Soar are going to be trying to force this. I like this. This is exactly what they need to do. That's what they messed up in game 1. They weren't able to push their lead well enough. They kind of got a little bit too overly aggressive. But this time, working as a unit.
They are, and they're grouping up on the right now with the tier 1 down. You can see both hunters have been left in the mid lane to continue following each other around, and Metyankey and PandaCat, they're not scared to back down, continue fighting. They won't back down, either of them, to be fair, the way this game has gone. And at the end, Soar will back away in the right, though. They take the tier 1 tower, realizing the speed buff is up, and the red buff is about to spawn too, as it looks like PandaCat managed to defend the red against Metyankey.
Just barely. I mean, you can't keep losing all your buffs. PandaCat level 18, though. He is the highest on his team. He's had the quietest game, though, to be fair. We haven't seen too much of him. He's sitting kind of in the middle of the damage charts. He's been looking to 1v1 Met every time he can with PainDeViande's ult, but it just hasn't worked out for him.
Well, so far so good for both these teams. Still in it in the semifinals. 15 seconds on the Gold Fury respawn. And obviously you can see it's 1-1 of those as well, just like it is in terms of games so far.
Oh, my word. Gold Fury spawning here just shortly, just spawned, and Soar already starting to ward around, and you can see Varizial. I mean, I don't even think enemy.
I like what Baskin's doing though. Baskin is still on the right-hand side, doesn't have teleport available, but I don't know if they know that. And the 5,000 gold lead already. When this Gold Fury goes down, that's going to climb to around 6.5 to 7,000 now in favor of Soar. But in time is PainDeViande, but they get I'm a monster from Khaos just in time, and they recognize it too. Soar are so happy right now. They get an ultimate for free, and they don't lose the Gold Fury.
Absolutely baited. They knew exactly what enemy was going to do. The second PainDeViande came into view, they know that the follow-up or the combo, even if it's not Khaos around the corner, it could have been PandaCat with his ultimate as well. They've started it up again. Petrify is online for PandaCat. He could look to do that
so
with the teamfight as well.
The taunt from Pain and PandaCat ult comes out. If it does, they could find something. But meanwhile, lurking in the waters now, apart from Soar, they were trying to push people back, and it's Khaos forced to run away with his Sentinel. And Big Baby on Maruader too. The drums come out as well from Hurriwind because of Storm connecting, forcing Maruader back in the jungle once more. Varizial and Khaos limping away back to the safety of their towers. And Soar, well, cheeky enough is Baskin to take the Harpies on his exit.
I mean, this is an okay fight so far for enemy. They've burned a lot of ultimates on the side of Soar, but lost most of their own. They still have the Athena combo into the Petrify. That's the combo I'm looking for, but Hurriwind has Salt. They need to be careful not to group up. There's a couple purifications down.
This Gold Fury is very important. You can see how important it is because both teams are very tentative to go in and try and start this one up. They just have to recognize that both teams could contest. Baskin has base though right in front of him, and that's more of a bait because he has the teleport available, and I'm sure
he's behind him.
He came in back and he recognized it, but instead they fall back worried about the aggression from Soar. They don't manage to find the pick.
That was very surprising. Blink it, Varizial is going to counter ult, but he's in execute range. Good beads, Homie trapped under the tower, and he dashes away just barely. Look at that. I think he was at 15 health.
It doesn't matter, he's alive, and that's the main thing. Meanwhile, the Gold Fury has begun by Soar. Flip in from Jigz onto PainDeViande. The damage comes out, and he dashes away immediately. Sprint was popped, and there goes Metyankey going in, looking for the damage. Not going to find it, however, and they're still running through the jungle here, Soar, looking for potential picks, but they're not finding them. Everyone on enemy just getting away with the barest amount of health time and time again here.
Soar playing this so close. No one's getting any farm. Khaos does his ultimate again, and there's I'm a monster. It connects onto one, doesn't confirm the kill, though, but Maruader in the front line. Met's able to answer back here. Maruader could be in a little bit of trouble.
He is, because it's support for support so far, and now a solo laner is down, and Baskin is leading the Soar boys in. He's looking for Khaos, who has to Sanctuary Petrify on the mark, but it doesn't stun Baskin, who keeps running towards him. Metyankey's following him. Good Baskin, take me to the finals, please, and he will do. Well, at least he'll take Khaos with him, and PandaCat now thunder crashed onto by Hurriwind, as Varizial now comes back in, and maybe Soar did too much.
Hurriwind's in trouble, but he's trying to fight back. One more hit, and it should be Varizial to pick it up somehow now. 2v1, but the rotation for Homie is back. He's gonna blink. He doesn't have his ultimate, but he's got enough damage to finish it off. PainDeViande dead long enough to come back in. Metyankey taking tower. Trouble for Homie. Two-man top by PainDeViande. Locked under tower, but there's no follow-up.
Homie's fine for now. They can still pick up Varizial. They're just waiting for the shield, and they'll get the kill they came for. Now PainDeViande surrounded, and the juggle of aggro from Soar was so good there that they're all still alive. It's on Baskin right now, and he's allowing Homiefe with his execute back up to secure yet another kill for the side of Soar and set them up to try and take this third game.
That fight went on so long. Khaos had his ultimate up twice, maybe even a third time. We saw Varizial use this twice, and Met just caught by himself here. He is rotating to his team, but Baskin, you can see his health as well. Jigz should have the knockup as well.
Jigz.
Really well played by Jigz.
That is a support player, ladies and gentlemen. That is your duty to defend your hunters when they make silly mistakes like staying around forever. We salute you all, and especially to Jigz.
But still, that entire fight happened. Not a single Gold Fury was started. Look at this, not much change, but still Soar have kind of extended it a little bit. They got a tower, they got a couple kills, 6,400 in the lead. The biggest thing, though, is that enemy wasn't able to farm and catch up that whole time.
When you look at those graphs, though, it's 18-minute mark. 18-minute mark was the turning point in this game. We're only at 24. It's been 6 minutes, and the schedule has changed once again. Now the Gold Fury goes the way of Soar after that fight, and you can even see that Hurriwind will use his ultimate there to confirm the kill and allow Soar to continue extending this gold lead once more.
They really wanted to confirm that. They didn't want to get into a back-and-forth battle with enemy because enemy were so close to turning that around on them at the end. Their right-hand side, though, I like what Varizial and enemy are doing. They're actually going to send the Nemesis over to solo farm. She's so far behind right now, just hits level 17, still 3 behind Homiefe, though. They just need to close the gap at this point. Anyone who's not level 20 or anyone they want to get ahead will be looking to solo out lanes.
But this hasn't worked for enemy so far. I mean, game 2, they came out with this composition and Soar had an answer. And this game, they seem to have found the same answer again. And the answer, actually, this time was Kuang.
Funny enough, enemy have been trying to kill Jigz, but Homiefe's just been running rampage. Right now, 25 minutes in, and he's almost full build. The Polynomicon, the Rod of Tahuti, the Obsidian Shard, there's so much damage, and the players on enemy are so low level. That's the biggest problem for them. They don't have the health base to survive. Not even with items, just with levels.
Level 13 on PainDeViande there as well. It's still relatively close to Jigz, though. The other support, only a 1 level difference. 2 levels either way is fine when it comes down to support. You don't expect it to get too much at the moment. But when you look at the towers here on the side of enemy, all tier 1 towers are down, so have all theirs still remaining, even though that right-hand side one, well, it might as well be dead.
Yeah, it's basically done. That'll be a nice 500 gold if enemy can ever pick it up, but I mean, it's too risky to even go in and try and take the tower because you're going to be out of position. PainDeViande could probably kill it with his reach. I'm actually interested. He might try that here.
I mean, they could look for that, but they've got to be careful because Sora pressuring mid and finding a kill on Homiefe. They look to the right-hand side, and that's all Sora looking for now, is free picks on people that are trying to get farm and defend the towers. Metyankey shredding tier 2 here, and PandaCat and PainDeViande turn up, Varizial turns up too. They've pinned Jigz under the tower, and the combination on enemy comes into play again. Jigz cannot find Varizial, and if he does, that's Jigz's exit.
And Jigz is the primary frontline and initiator for the squad, so they're going to have to rely on Baskin now to kind of distract everyone, but he's locked in mid with Maruader, so I don't think Soar are really going to be able to force this fight. The only thing I can see happening is if Hurriwind Thunder crashes in with Homie right behind them for the execute.
Or Ricochet connects, but there's the drums of war from Hurriwind. He expected the Ricochet to connect. Homiefe going to go in, and he will find the execute. The damage dealers did their work and allowed the assassin to get to the kill they wanted. Now Baskin turns up with Homie. They're looking for PandaCat. Sanctuary down, and the ult hits him too. Baskin will pick up the kill here potentially, and he will pick up the kill. Marauder's like, guys, I'm alone. I may be a baby, but I can't do much on my own. As Khaos does what he can, but it's not enough, and Soar will now take a Phoenix.
5 members strong. Khaos not going to be able to stop this, and just I love what Hurriwind did. I was talking about how they didn't really have any hard execution. However, the second PainDeViande pushed forward, Hurriwind ults him and uses his taunt. He uses the second form of the Taiko drums, and that way Homiefe can go in. The Taiko drums do enough to put him in the execute range, and there it is. Now it's a 3-on-2. You could force the fight. Baskin rotates around the side as well. Nothing enemy could do.
Now, before you fans at home start sitting there going, Homiefe, the god of Kuang, I want to show you that that is a really big team execution of this god as well, because you saw what happened with Metyankey there and Hurriwind. They both combined to set him up for the kills, and that scoreline is fantastic. His individual play has been great, but he's still been part of a team that Soar have managed to do so well this game.
I mean, game 1 was just game 2, Homiefe looked phenomenal on Thor, but that was Jigz who was setting up the whole time, the unsung hero.
And Jigz has been dead all day, pretty well.
And this game, Jigz has, kind of just been bullied, and it's kind of a composition that it's very hard for a Sobek to do much on, especially if his charge prey is down. I mean, you're going into the Nemesis, and we saw that combo once again. The taunt, Petrify, no purification from Jigz, then gets Nim ulted. He can't stay alive. After that, though, or this game, it's been Homiefe.
Well, Soar starts to turn their attention to the right-hand side now, looking at that red buff and trying to steal it away. It does get stolen as well, as now Big Baby forced on Maruader too. Fire minions pouring on the left-hand side, and Soar can start looking for the Fire Giant if they want to, or at least just baiting in the team of enemy. An enemy, well, they should know it. They've done it themselves before.
PainDeViande charging up the dash. Wants to get a multi-man taunt, but Jigz having none of it. Marauder plucked into
he has no ult.
And he's done.
He has no ult, and he will go down to Metyankey. Meanwhile, I'm a monster pop by Khaos. It needs to be big, and it isn't. Khaos now has to run away as quick as his legs can carry him. At least his Sentinel can. No, he'll go down to Homie, and now Homie's looking for the double, and we'll find it on PainDeViande as well. The tier 2 tower could be looked at. He's going to dive in for the triple kill, and find the triple kill. Homiefe, so they're going to look to end here. Homie's going to take 3 kills in a row, and also the Titan Soar, potentially. Are they going to end? Can they make it? They can.
The Titan ends up outclassing Homiefe, but a phenomenal outquad performance from him is going to put his team on match point. I mean, just really well played from him. I mean, he's had such an incredible set so far. Jigz getting kind of bullied after being, I would say, the star of game 2, and he comes out in the clutch, and Khaos is not in a good mood right now. Well,
the tail of the tape has kind of changed for both these two teams, to be fair here, because you can see right now they're going to have a longer, hard think about what's about to happen. And at the same time, well, Soar, they lost the first game, but they come back strong, and things have started to work out. Both these teams going to have a long, hard think about what they're going to do for game 4.
There we go. Some of the first smiles we've seen, and you can see Jigz there's the support. You got a little smirk from Met as well. The team pretty happy right now.
Pretty happy indeed. Guys, we're going to take a very quick break as these guys have a little moment to refresh themselves, as do we, because it's been intense. We'll be back in a very short moment.